It's story time!
Well, the day's been long and the world's gone wild, so pull up a stool and stay a while. Doc's got a drink and a story to share, with headlines, hot takes, and zero cares. It's Drinks with Doc, where the beer flows free, talking about the world and what it means to be pop culture, sports, and a bit of the news. Just Doc and his thoughts, maybe some brews. So raise your glass and kick off your shoes. It's Drinks with Doc, and we've got nothing to lose.
And hello. How's everyone doing? It's good to be here. It's lunch with Doc, drinks with Doc. I don't need to be drinking at this time of day, but this is a quick 30-minute show. We're going to just kind of hit on some things. It's Christmas season. It's just that time of year. It's always been one of those time of year for me that I enjoy the most. Now, I'm locally live in a part of the country where the weather is not crazy cold. In fact, a lot of people will argue that it's quite nice most days during this time of year for us. In fact, when I first moved here, it was not uncommon to see me walk around in shorts. Now I probably would wear pants and maybe a light jacket, but still, it's just not that bad of weather. It's always mid 50s to 60s this time of year at worst. That being said, do you have your own Christmas wishes? Are you looking for anything this particular year? Are we just going to enjoy our time with family? That's kind of where the scope I'm at. I'm more inclined to want to enjoy time with family. Not looking forward to anything crazy as far as trips or anything like that this month. It's just during Christmas, just celebrate the holidays with family. Possibly even cook something special, and just have a good relaxing holidays. I think the holidays can be sometimes stressful when you have to bring in family. It does happen. It's and it can cause a lot of stress, and that concept. I can also say that gift giving can be also very stressful. You can't give gifts to everyone that you know, or even every member of your family at this point. Our economy has prevented people to getting gifts from everywhere. In fact, a lot of families I've heard are going to Secret Santa type of thing. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit that like button. And please like and share. Let people know I am on right now. This is going to be, like I said, a quick 30-minute show. And don't hesitate to talk in chat. In fact, I'm going to share the chat on screen. So you have something to say, it'll start popping up. And we do see that Greg already came in and said hi. And hey, Greg, how's it going? So what is your plan for the holidays? I'll tell you one thing I did enjoy doing a few years back. I had the opportunity to go to New York City, actually not 1 year, but 2 years in a row during this time of year. It's very unique seeing New York City during Christmas. I guess we see New York City a lot on TV and in ads and that kind of thing, but actually physically being there and just kind of see uh, all the stores on Fifth Avenue that has their Christmas decorations out, it just kind of reminds you. It's marvelous. It's just something that awesome to see. I hope it's still that way. It's been a few years, so hopefully it's still something to that like that. I enjoyed seeing the Rockettes performing their Christmas show. That was awesome as well. Just seeing things like that you only seen and heard about on TV, just actually being able to enjoy in person is pretty cool. Speaking of some things that we've enjoyed, last year I wrote a little tiny silly story. I'll call it silly. It's a little silly. It's called The Elf Agent, and it's about when Will meets with an elf that was employed with the North Pole Intelligence Agency, NPIA. Well, a little thing I created that is basically about an agency that their job is to help Santa with a naughty and nice list, and also help rescue Santa when he's in trouble. Eliminate any Santa-related danger. So why don't I put that up and let's play that.
Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Did you ever wonder how Santa gained intel for his naughty and nice list? How about if someone wanted to disrupt Santa's flight? Who would protect Santa? The answer is the elite agents of the North Pole Intelligence Agency, and this is the story when Will met one of their agents. Now let's get to the story. The Elf Agent by Doc Lanou. The Secret Elf Agent by Doc Lanou. Will and Stanley insist this story is true. I say it couldn't have happened as they describe it. But I will admit, strange things do happen in Cedar Grove. Hunting is big in this community, and Stanley loves it. He also does not like Christmas. You can hear him complain in his hardware shop about kids getting wonderful new presents from Santa. He even told little Ralphie he'll shoot your eye out whenever he talked about his Christmas wishes. Stanley decided he would combine his favorite hobby with his disdain for Christmas. Plus, Stanley really needed a new nightlight. On Christmas Eve, he made up his mind. He was going reindeer hunting. And not just any reindeer, he wanted one with a glowing red nose. Bragging rights and all. That evening, Stanley sneaked onto his neighbor's roof and set up a hunting blind by the chimney. There, he waited for Santa and his reindeer. Meanwhile, on the same Christmas Eve, Will was wandering through town, admiring the Christmas lights and enjoying some special adult beverages in his sippy cup. He was high in spirits, wishing everyone he saw a Merry Christmas, even Mason Glitterman. Deciding to cut through the park on his way to my bar, Will stumbled into an encounter he'd never forget. As he entered the darkest part of the park, Will tripped over what he thought was a child sitting alone in the shadows. Upon closer inspection, he realized this child was wearing a form-fitting red suit with green trim, fur-lined sleigh boots, and a matching fur-lined cap with a pom-pom on top. The child also had an earpiece attached to his hat and to his pointed ears. A gleaming gold badge on the suit caught Will's attention. The badge featured a star and a reindeer emblem in the center, inscribed with the words North Pole Intelligence Agency above the emblem and Elite Agent below. Will stared in shock. This wasn't a child. This was an elf from the North Pole, who apparently worked for some kind of an intelligence agency. The elf leaped into Will's chest, drew a candy cane from a holster, and pointed at him. Don't move. I'm a 4th-degree black belt in elf judo. I can take down men twice your size, the elf barked in an immensely high-pitched voice. Will, utterly bewildered, decided to comply. What do you want from me? The elf narrowed his eyes and studied Will for a moment. I'm looking for Stanley, he finally said. Stanley's not here, Will stammered. I think he's home for Christmas. Do you know where he lives? Yeah, he's about 30 minutes out of town. We don't have time to drive. You'll ride with me on my polar bear. Polar bears aren't faster than cars. How is that going to work? The elf smirked. I'm an NPIA agent. Of course it's a magical polar bear. Will, thoroughly confused, shrugged. Fine. What's the NPIA? North Pole Intelligence Agency. The elf replied. I'm elite agent Robbie. Our analysts manage the naughty and nice list, but I'm in operations. Per the treaty between the United States and the North Pole signed in 1824, our agency is tasked with identifying and neutralizing threats to Santa and his reindeer on Christmas Eve. Stanley is a threat? Yes, Robbie said grimly. He wants to shoot Rudolph for his glowing nose. Moments later, a massive polar bear ran into view. It was white as snow, well fed, and equipped with a saddle rig for both an elf and a human. Cane rockets were mounted on either side. Up on, Robbie ordered. We've got to move. Will climbed aboard, pointing Robbie in the direction of Stanley's house. As the polar bear ran, they began to rise into the air. Soon they were soaring above Cedar Grove. Robbie pressed a button on his hat, lowering a visor over his eyes. The pom-pom on his cap began spinning, glowing with tiny red and green lights. Robbie pointed to a house below. There! He set up a hunting blind on little Timmy's roof. Santa will be here any minute. I'll handle this. With cat-like reflexes, Robbie leaped from the saddle and landed on Timmy's roof. Stanley crouched by the chimney, turned in surprise. The two locked eyes, Robbie's visor gleaming in the moonlight. Stanley, Robbie declared, under the North Pole Treaty of 1824, you are officially naughty. Surrender now or I will be forced to take action. Stanley laughed. What are you going to do? You're smaller than little Timmy. Without a word, Robbie hurled a candy cane at Stanley's rifle. The candy cane lodged itself in the barrel, shattering inside and rendering the gun useless. Go home, Stanley, Robbie said firmly. You're not shooting any reindeer tonight. Defeated, Stanley climbed down the roof and trudged back to his house. He later confessed to me that he'll never try hunting a reindeer on Christmas Eve night again. The polar bear landed on Timmy's roof, and Robbie climbed back onto the saddle. Pressing the button on his hat, he raised the visor and stopped the pom-pom spinning. We've got to go. Santa's landing soon. I'll take you back to the park. Then I have to deal with a Terry in Mississippi. He's been telling people that the police said Santa will be arrested if he delivers gifts to his town. I need to teach him why lying is bad. Will glanced back at Timmy's roof and saw Santa preparing to deliver presents. Will and Stanley swear this happened last Christmas Eve. I doubt they planned to spread such a tall tale, but weird things do happen in Cedar Grove. Would you like another drink? No, replied the small customer with 20 years. I must get to work. Christmas Eve is my busiest night. The little figure hopped off his stool, headed to the front door, and moments later, I saw a polar bear flying off into the night. The end. Thank you for watching.
Oh, goodness. I forgot the details of that story, but I thought I had to play it today. I hope you enjoy that. That's what's a kind of a little refresher. I might have to write another story, maybe another Robbie the Elf story, or maybe just a general Christmas story. Let me know what you think. If you hadn't noticed, there is a poll out. Please take a moment and let me know what is your favorite protein for Christmas. So we're supposed to have a special guest today. Unfortunately, that individual had to go out of town and was not and did not get back in time, and that's all right. I was hoping that, uh, and yes, in fact, they just text me and said they are on the way home, and I have to let them know I will be done because at 12:30 I do have to cut my show off. So, anyways, when I hope that we do have a good Christmas this year. Some programming notes I do want to talk about that we're having coming up. And why don't we just do this? Let's throw some music on as background. I was being stubborn with me. All right. So we do have some programming notes. Billy Meadows is planned to be on the show on Saturday. It'll be planned to have it started at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know what Billy wants to talk about, but he has indicated that there's some things he wanted to say. And I told him that he can have the form. And give me one moment, I'll be right back. Do apologize for that. I did have someone approach the door, and I was expecting a package at 1 o'clock. But yes, Billy did ask to be on because he had some things he wanted to discuss, and I was going to give him the platform. So we'll see Billy on Saturday. Holiday season is here. It's going to affect the programming according to the flow, but I'm sure Will and I will probably get together and start planning some sort of mega stream for either Christmas or New Year's. So kind of stay tuned for that. We had discussed it briefly a couple times in the past, and I'm sure it's going to come up again. This will make it a fun evening for everybody, I think. That might be our little Christmas party if we do it around Christmas time. I'm also looking forward to a couple things from people. As you're aware, if you've been watching the show on Saturdays, I do like to play body cam videos because they tend to be very, very entertaining. And we'll have that. I found one that I think would be fun to discuss on Saturday. But if you come across one and you'd like us to have a live discussion about it, send it to me. That'd be great. You can reach me at j.lunu.stories@gmail.com. So, yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. We'll be doing, like I said before, with this program, I'm keeping it down to 30 minutes. And then as we do this more and more, I'll probably get more and more comfortable with on how we're doing the show. So maybe next week we'll do another one. And unfortunately, I can't set a day or time because of my work schedule, depending on where I have to be for that for on a particular day. It depends on if I can do a show. But I do want to try at least do one once a week. That being said, until next time, take care of yourself. Have a good evening. Good day. Take care.